Alex, you're a reformed accountant. You've kind of gone over to a whole different side. You've built this startup that I think is going to maybe have a really big impact for accountants and auditors. What can you show? What can you share to show a little bit about what you guys have built?
Yeah, sure. So let me just share my screen real quick. We've basically got an AI powered request list. So, think about it like this, right? You have all the requests that you need from your client. You load those into UpLink, and a individual request gets created for each item, and so you can track status individually on all of your requests. And we've also just integrated AI so that now you can query the documents that your clients upload and get answers about the documents. So here's a couple items that are in review right now. We'll take a look at this secure development policy. So you can see the client uploaded this. I can preview the file in the app, and these questions are predefined. So I went through and said, okay, I'm going to request this policy. I want to know if security testing is performed on system changes at this client. I want to know who can approve exceptions to the policy, and I want to know what the effective date is. And so the AI went through each of these questions, and using AI, we pulled out the answer, right? So yes, system tests do require security testing, and that's on page 2. And we annotate the PDF as well, so you can have that for your work papers. Who can approve
Oh, that's
exceptions to the
amazing.
policy? That's the CTO. And then effective date was back up here on page 1. And so it's really good at parsing through these long form PDFs to find answers to questions that auditors are, typically looking for. So
Yeah, that's wild. A couple of things on here. So, do you anticipate that the auditors are going to write their own questions? Do you guys kind of like have some recommendations? What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, so I think that when an auditor requests something, they have an expectation of what they're looking for inside of that request. And so what I see auditors doing is they're taking those expectations and documenting them in this template, or they upload the requests, and then
Oh,
all those expectations are set on that request. And so when the client uploads documents, we automatically query those documents with those expectations, and then provide the results. So by the time you're actually looking at this from the client having uploaded their file, the answer's already there by the AI. And then all you need to do is take a look at it and approve it, right? So this looks right, this looks right, and this looks right. If there's something wrong, you can actually modify it here. And then that becomes the source of truth. So when you download it for your work papers, it has the right answer. So
that's wild because it's almost like I'm writing my testing plan inside of your app, and then the AI kind of makes the first pass at this testing plan. So obviously, me being either lazy or efficient, whichever one you want to call it, I want to download this stuff and like go ahead and kind of set up my work papers. So can I download this with the annotation? Can I download those questions and responses and kind of like prepare that as my work paper, or how does it work?
yeah, absolutely. So you can download this, you click download work paper, or you can export all the files. When we export, downloads the work paper as well, with the original files from the client, as well as the annotations, as well as the files with the annotations. And where this really shines though is in sample testing. So imagine having to test, you don't have to imagine too hard, having to test 25 of, the same thing, right? So here's changes, right? So change samples. So the client uploaded 25 samples. And we are looking for these 6 attributes. So all of these attributes were identified in each of these documents by the AI. And so I can click on one of these things here, and I can see, when was the change authorized? February 1st, 2022. It's right here, all marked up. So when you download this, it's got your entire work paper. Let me show you what that looks like. And so all of those questions, like you can see across here, these are the questions that you defined. And then here are
Yep.
the answers for each of those questions, as validated by the associate, on each of these samples. So
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. And so we just looked at what change management, we looked at a policy. Is there anything else that like we should look at? Any other examples?
yeah, I mean, it works on all sorts of documents. I mean, we've got a lease document here, commercial lease agreement, pulls out, can the tenant sublet the property? Yes, they can, page 18. what jurisdiction governs the agreement? Page 19, California. So
Yep.
it's really capable at, going through these long form documents and asking open-ended plain English questions, right? All you have to do as a user is just ask a question in natural language and you get a response. If we can't find an answer, the AI will say there's nothing in the document to,
Right.
about that. So one of my favorite ones to do is what color is the sky? Uh,
Oh, guess I don't know.
I mean, typically, lawyers do like to define a lot of things in these agreements, but typically they don't
All right.
color the sky is. And so it
Nice.
tells you, it can't find information about that. So yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
it's really
that's
valuable.
wild, man. That's great.
Yeah.
No, fantastic. So I guess the million dollar question is, can you get it to complete my timesheets for me?
We'll work on that next.
All right, awesome.
Cool.
Very cool. Anything else we should show?
No, I think this is good. Thanks, Rob.
Okay.